right? Second story, Community Coalition, South Los Angeles, COCO. Actually developed by Karen Bass, now Speaker of the Assembly. Right? Community Coalition is a grassroots community organization based in South Central Los Angeles, and they have become phenomenally good at how you take an unhealthy, distressed, toxic community environment, a bad neighborhood, and help transform it into a healthier place to live. Okay? That's the 80% that has nothing to do with healthcare, right, in low-income communities. That's why their stroke, cancer, diabetes, homicide, drug abuse rates, violence rates are all significantly higher than the rest of the country. Okay? And what the Community Coalition has become adept and skilled at doing, for example, is closing down a crack house. How do you close a crack house? Not a course at the Harvard Business School, I assure you. Okay? An endeavor which takes heroism, guts, moxie, creativity, innovation, and even data, the way they've used it. Okay? They also closed down motels. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with South Central Los Angeles, yes, South Central Los Angeles has motels. And it is not a tourist hotspot. Okay? My family members call that they're coming to visit Los Angeles from Philadelphia or New York. They don't say, oh, we want to go to Disneyland and we want to go to Beverly Hills and we want to go to South Central LA, right? So why does South Central LA have motels? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because they are businesses for prostitution and drug dealing. Okay? So those motels have no business in that community because they contribute to the toxic nature of those environments for kids and families. Right? And the Community Coalition has figured out how do you take a motel or a crack house, shut it down, and turn it into, I don't know, a farmer's market. I'm not going to go through chapter and verse about how they do that, but they have figured it out. Okay? How do you go from hope, we are hopeful that this community can be a healthier place to live, to change. Okay? Third story, Santa Clara, much closer to here, Santa Clara Children's Health Initiative about 5 years ago, had a vision. So you know what? There should be no kids in our community without health insurance. This is America, this is California, there should be no kids without health insurance. Every child deserves health care. So they said, well, let's go do it. Without an act of Congress, without a bill in the legislature, they decided how to cobble together public programs and some private programs, and they raised some money from organizations like myself, the California Endowment, and I saw Crystal Hailing from the Blue Shield Foundation and their foundation, and they've cobbled together a way to make sure that every child in that community can have health insurance coverage. Now there are 18 more local, county-level children's health initiatives just like the one in Santa Clara. Okay, so the folks in Santa Clara, a very grassroots kind of a partnership between a pretty gutsy health plan executive and some labor leaders and some physicians and other officials, and they cobbled together this program. All right? So they have demonstrated that it is possible to achieve the vision for every child to have health insurance. Right now today, Santa Clara, about 98% of the kids actually have health insurance coverage in that community, regardless of immigration status. Okay? So these are the stories of hope, right? That there is a better way. So you take someone who is just recently released from San Quentin or Chowchilla prison, that is a person who is relatively hopeless. You take that person to being hopeful, and then you go to change, all right? Big steps, big leaps. All right? Now I want to get something off my chest about our sector. Our sector is known as the nonprofit sector. Right? It's this conglomeration of community-based organizations and providers and philanthropies. I hate that name. I hate the name. Why are we defined as being non-something? Okay? A relative has a new baby in their home, you're going to say, oh, your baby's so non-ugly. Your kid graduates from high school, you say, you know, I'm so non-embarrassed about you, what you've done. Okay? And now why are we called the non-profit sector? As if we have to apologize for not being for-profit. Okay? We're just kind of this warm and fuzzy and cuddly group of people who give out sandwiches and make sure we have a place to sleep and, But we really couldn't hack it in the for-profit world, so we're stuck in the non-profit sector. Okay? We got to change the name. Drummond, Ellen, we got to change the name. No more non-profit sector. I don't want to hear that word anymore. Pretend I'm going to slap you if you say that word in front. Of course I'm not, because I'm a man of peace. Right? So I have the new name. Ready? The Delta sector. Hope, change, Delta, Greek thing, little, right? Because we're about our friends at Liberty Hill Foundation. Tori Osborne is here, was a president there. They have the best tagline for a foundation: change, not charity. Right? The stories of hope are ways to solve problems. They are not coming from Washington. They're not coming from Sacramento. They're coming from Southeast San Diego and South Central LA and West Oakland and North Chicago. That's where the stories of hope, the solutions are there. We can fix poverty. We can fix homelessness. We can fix healthcare. We can revitalize neighborhoods. But it's not going to come from Washington.